Greetings everyone. Well, welcome to our channel, College Course Solutions Mathematics, and let's get started. So today we are going to be looking at gray codes. So you can see here we are going to be starting with the gray code of 6. And before we start, you should note that gray codes are derived from the BCDs or the binary codes. So I would also recommend that you watch another video that we have done for you on how we find and write the binary codes or the BCD. So we are going to be starting with an example so that you may understand like where we are going to be finding the gray code of 6. Before we start, you should know that the binary code of 6 is 0, 1, 1, 0. So in order to find a gray code of 6, you take the binary code of 6, which we have done right here as you can see on your screen. And for the first number, you don't affect it, just comes down as it is. So if it was 1, it would be 1 down here. And now because it is 0, we just write 0 down here. And now for the second, we take the first number plus the second number. So we get 0 plus 1 is equals to 1. Of course, when you're adding, you want to remember that we are using the binary addition rules, where I would also recommend you that you watch another video. The links will be in the description. So we will get 0 plus 1 where we will have 1. You should also note before we continue that in case of any carry, you just disregard it. So for the second one we will have 1 after adding 0 with 1. And now for the third one, we take the second binary digit and add with the third. Of course, 1 plus 1 according to binary addition rules or number systems, you will get is equals to 0 carry 1, but now you will just disregard the 1 and write the 0. And now you will have for the fourth one, we will have the third one added by the fourth one, which will be 1 plus 0 to get 1. So our gray code for 6 will be 0, 1, 0, 1. Of course, so we have done for you and delivered for other numbers. Of course, you can see here. I hope you understood, and I know you understand why we have written like this. If you watch that video on binary codes, so for 0, we just take 0, 0, and add as I have said, the first number becomes a 0. Of course, zeros plus zeros will just be the same. For the ones, of course, the change will be expected here, but it will be 0 plus 1, so it will just be the same. And now for 2, we are going to be taking 0 as it is, and then on the second we are going to have 0 plus 0, it's going to be 0. And for the third, we are going to have 0 plus 1, it's going to be 1. And now for the fourth, we are going to have 1 plus 0, which means it is 1. So for the third, you could just come here and say 0 will be go down as it is. And for the second one, we have 0 plus 0, so it will just be 0. And for the third, we will have 0 plus 1, which means it will be 1. And now for the fourth, we will have 1 plus 1, which will be 0 carry 1, so you just disregard 0. So that's how we deliver the gray codes from the binary codes. And you should also note, of course, for 4 you will just have 0 as the first number as it is, and for the second you will have 0 plus 1 becoming 1. For the third we will have 1 plus 0, of course you have 1, and now for the fourth we have 0 plus 0 is equals to 0. Now when we come to the fifth, we just have 0 as it is, and then for the second we have 0 plus 1 getting a 1, and for the third we have 1 plus 0 also getting a 1, and for the fourth we have 0 plus 1 also getting a 1. When we come to 6, we just write 0 as it is, and now for the second we have 0 plus 1 which is equals to 1, and now for the third we have 1 plus 1 which is equals to 0 carry 1. Of course you disregard the carry, and now for the fourth you have 1 plus 0 is equals to 1. When it comes to 7, delivering the gray code, we have 0 as it is, we don't affect it. Now for the second we have 0 plus 1 which will be 1, and now for the third we have 1 plus 1 which will be 0 carry 1, we just disregard the carry, and now for the fourth we have 1 plus 1 which is also 0 carry 1, you disregard the 1. Of course I would understand if you are getting confused a little bit, but when you watch the videos which we will have recommended in the description, like introduction to number systems and the addition rules, you will just be fine to understand what we are doing here. And now for it we will have 1 as it is, we don't affect it since it's the first digit in the binary. So for the second we have 1 plus 0 which is equals to 1, and now for the third we have 0 plus 0 which is equals to 0, and for the fourth we have 0 plus 0 which is equals to 0. For 9 we take the first digit as it is, so it just becomes as 1, and now for the second we have 1 plus 0 is equals to 1, and now for the third we have 0 plus 0 is equals to 0, and for the fourth we have 0 plus 1 is equals to 1. Now there are real life applications of gray codes. Of course they ain't complicated, so we have got the American standard for information interchange, which is mainly known as ASCII, and the extended binary coded decimal interchange code EBCDIC. So they are mainly used to create games and all those kind of stuffs, mainly dealing with computers, but our main aim in which we are going to be tested was how to deliver them mainly from the binary codes and writing them. So thank you, I hope you understood. Kindly subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you may get notified whenever we post more contents on math solution. Thank you, I will see you on another video.